Okay, so we are still on page 12. So here we have the second type of back-to-back, stem and leaf diagram is called back-to-back. So you can imagine that for a tree, if this is the stem, and then we have some leaves. So the leaves will not grow only on the right hand side. They may be possible to grow on the left hand side. When do we have such a case is that when we want to do some comparison of two sets of data. For example, the score of two different teams A and B of a competition. So this will be the data from team A, this will be the data from team B, but they share the same stem so that we can do some comparison. Okay, so for this part, I think you have no problem to read about it. But how do you read this? So you can see that the data are now in descending order, or you can say in ascending order from left hand side. Sorry, this is right hand side. From the stem should be from the stem to the leaf. This is ascending order. From the stem to the leaf, which from the middle to the left hand side. What do we mean? You can see 0, 2, 3, 4. The numbers are getting larger from the stem to the leaf. You can imagine that the leaves should be grown from the stem, right? So you can see the data are also increasing from the stem to the leaf. So this data will be 28, this one will be 25, and so on. So let's see how do we draw it. First, you should arrange them in ascending order. Okay, we have two games also, the time spent by the 8 children. So you should for each game, please arrange them in order. Okay, for the game 2. Okay. So you try to arrange by yourself. So after we have the data for game 1, so I try to fill in the game 1 for you. So here you can see most of the marks are ranging from 40 something, and the biggest one, this is the smallest one, 42, and then the biggest one is 80 something. So I think we can divide the groups from 40 something to 80 something. That's why my stem represent 10 units, and I start with the 4 represent 40 something, 50 something, 60 something, 70 something, and lastly 80 something. Okay, so I have the data for game 1. So game 1 is put on the left hand side, and then the leaf will be 1 unit. Okay, so now 57 should be here, 60, 63, 64, 74, 79, and 82, and lastly we have 83. You can see that when I draw the stem and leaf, I always begin with the stem and then to draw the leaf. Okay, so please complete the game 2 on your own by first rearrange them in order, and don't forget the title of the stem and leaf diagram. Okay, so in this video I will also talk something about the question 8. So in question 8 we have some data about the heights of the plants, which in 2 different gardens, garden A and also garden B. So it asks you, are the plants in garden A taller than the plants in garden B? So in case you expect that the larger is the lumber, the taller is the plant. So let's see the distribution. You can see if I draw something picture like this. So actually it looks like a bar chart. Can you imagine that? So it looks like in the 14th group we have 3 data, 13th group we have 6 data, something like that. Less data are from 90 and 100 something. Okay. So before the garden B, you can see there are some more data from the group of 9 to group of 11. Okay, so if we take it do some comparison at a glance, you can see we can do it like this. You can see more data are from the group 12 to 14 in Garden A. However, more data are located in the group of 9 to 11. So, in other words, in Garden A, most of the plants are taller than 120 because you can see more data are in this area. And for Garden B, most of the data you may taller than 120, so you can also include this. And then most of the data are most of the plants are shorter than 120 cm because you can see more data in this area. Okay, so which is shorter than 120. So can you now make a conclusion of this question?